Okay. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the rating video for Deus Ex Human Revolution. I didn't like this one, and there's probably not going to be very many timestamps. There's going to be a couple, because I know there's a couple of things I want to show, mostly in the gameplay. Admittedly, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to be showing much like story visuals, so apologies in advance for that. I would say it's a short stream, but it is like 5 8-hour sessions, so I can't really say that, but still. Also, yeah, I'm as much as I would have loved to have swapped to the actual Blue Yeti mic, the Blue Yeti mic is a waste of my time. I hate to say that, but it basically is at this point. It's like, yeah, no, I'm going to stick to this until I can figure out all of the bull crap with that. Yeah, we're going to go from there. Anyways, 5 sessions, no cheats, needs +1 to story, which is honestly kind of bad, and -22 to gameplay, which, oh god, we'll get into the gameplay. I didn't like this game, so let's get into it. So that, anybody who discovers this video who loves Human Revolution can rip me a new asshole. Well, in the comment section. Look, I've been on the internet long enough to know how the internet functions, okay? Hey, don't at me. I gave a single positive to the voice acting, as I thought it was very well done. Well, I should say very well done, but it was well done. It was only 1 positive worthy, which is funny because normally I'm an easy lay when it comes to voice acting, but the problem was that so much of the voice acting either felt a little too over the top, or it felt flat. Jensen himself, Adam himself, is the prime example of that. So much of his dialogue, even when he's trying to have emotion, sounds too flat, which just made me go, what? And it took me out of the experience a few times, so that's why there's only a single positive, because it is good. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's just kind of like, what? And that leads to 1 positive. I gave a triple positive to the world building, as I honestly feel like there's a lot of really solid world building throughout the entire thing. So a general triple positive for the world building. No individual elements really kind of stood out as being significant to me on their own, so you get the general stuff. I gave a single positive to atmosphere and tone because it's well done throughout. I gave a single positive to visual storytelling and visual continuity, as I both felt they were done well across the board. The NPC chatter, between both from the random NPCs he's roaming the world, and the banter from the enemies was all good stuff. Hang on. Stop checking for this. The grammar spell check thing was bugging me. Sorry. Anyways, where was I? Right. So the brickwork is not the greatest I've ever seen, but says so much about the setting. The doodad usage is on point throughout the game. Music direction I gave 2 positives to, as I thought it was well handled. Characters. Despite my comments about him earlier, I actually do think Adam is a good character. Memes about him having never asked for this aside. I also enjoyed Malik. That's the pilot chick. I was actually upset. literally was upset and actually reloaded a checkpoint when I failed to save her. So, yeah. That kind of says something right there. Then there's Quinn from the DLC, and that's it. That's literally the only characters I felt were worthy of note, because all of the other characters were either just there or were just actively like, why do I care about you? Hell, there's one character in particular I'm pretty sure I gave negatives to that Lore actually liked, which I'm like, you like that fucking asshole? We'll get to it. I gave a positive to the intro cutscene, to the opening cutscene, as I felt it was good, quick, and it was good at quick and dirty exposition. Getting us up to speed in mere words is the kind of heightened reality we are entering for both those that have and have not played OG Deus Ex. I don't know if this is a sequel or a prequel or a separate continuity from the original Deus Ex. I've never known that. I don't know that because I'm not a Deus Ex fan, so keep that in mind. The walkthrough at Seraph's lab is nice to show how tech is developed in this setting. I called that a cutscene because, again, it's literally just the characters walking around. It's a fucking cutscene. Come on. There's a reason why walking simulators are mocked. It's because they're glorified cutscenes. The first mission serves as a good intro to the world and to the plot. I am not talking about the prologue stuff. I'm actually talking about the hostage situation after the opening title sequence. After the opening title sequence. That's where I chop the intro. I gave a primary optional story positive to the quest from Cassandra, Megan's mother. I felt like that quest felt. I feel like that quest is that quest feels human to me. Yeah, I'm mixing up my words. It's because I'm basically trying to read and reshape the sentence, and my reshape is screwing up. So I should just read. The quest from Cassandra, Megan's mother, is a quest that feels human, for lack of a better term to me. The need for answers makes perfect sense to me. God, that's worded back. Makes perfect. I'm just going to shorten that. The need for answers makes perfect sense and always has. Then over in the MSQ, convincing Wade to let us into the morgue is very well handled in how you succeed at it. Because you basically have to do it a specific way, and yeah, it gets him fired. But then, but of course, I get him to come to Seraph Industries. I like the cutscene of Eliza spilling all of the conspiracy shit. I thought that was well done. I like convincing Taggart to tell us where Sandoval is. Then there's talking down Sandoval. I believe those are the cutscene fights. Specifically. Obviously, I'm not going to be showing it because I don't feel the need. I really don't. This story is kind of. It was good for the time, but the problem is that our society has shifted in such a direction that it's like it feels eyebrow raise worthy. It's similar to kind of how some of the elements of the original Star Trek series kind of feel going back to it 60 years later. And then as convincing as Darrow, and I also like convincing Darrow to stand down, despite the issues with his character. But that's neither here nor there. 25 story positives. let's get into the story negatives, because as you can imagine, there's 24 of them to go, considering we've only got one frickin', only a +1 to frickin' story here. I gave 2 negatives to the animations. I never thought these animations were good, and nowadays I just feel it's way too uncanny valley for me. So yeah, 2 negatives there. This is a case of, oh, it's just not aged well. No, these animations were shit even back in the fucking day. I'm sorry. Like, I can kind of forgive animations on the N64 for the most part. Like, you're not going to see me... I actually praise... Spoilers, I guess, for the GoldenEye run. I actually praise the animations of, like, the enemies, like them reacting to where they shoot you and that, because that's interesting. Because that's kind of animation that was done in the 90s. This was the mid to late 2000s, and by that point, we were basically past as janky, terabad animation. I'm sorry. And like I said, I didn't even back in 2007 or 8 or whenever the fuck this came out, even back then, back when I was a teen, when even teen Alex looked at this and said, these are terrible animations, Now, obviously, he was wrong on some things, cough, cough, Path of Radiance, cough, cough, but, there is a little bit of overlap here. I mean, he was actually right and wrong about Final Fantasy 13. He was right that Final Fantasy 13 sucks. He was just wrong about how badly it sucked. And for what reasons. I gave it triple to cutscene incompetence because Adam is responsible for way too much shit in this plot, and it sucks. There's so many times where Adam basically causes a lot of the shit that happens, and it just makes me groan every time. Almost every time, I should say. There's some serious audio balancing issues, as oftentimes the dialogue will be drowned out by the sound effects, and I hate it. I hate it every fucking time. Oh, hey, you know that asshole I mentioned that Lore likes, and I'm like, you like this fucking asshole? Here's his character negative. Pritchard. He is way too fucking full of himself. Oh, for him to not slam my 2 real button. And the fact that I'm supposed to believe he's one of the good guys is, honestly, questionable at best, cliche at worst. Because this is... The problem with him is that he's supposed to be the jerk that's actually on our side, right, and constantly ribbing us. But he's supposed to be basically the Lancer, kind of a concept. If you understand the concept of a 5-man band, he would be the Lancer. The problem with Pritchard is that he just comes across as an asshole, and it's only when shit starts getting real that suddenly he's on our side. Maybe some hinting as to him being on our side from the fucking get-go, rather than it sounding like he wants to steal Megan from Adam in his first fucking cutscene, pretty much, or disapproving of their relationship or something. I don't think he came across as just irritating, and it's like, come on. He should at least be a champion of that, instead of rubbing in the fact that he couldn't protect Megan in his fucking face in his second scene ever. I hate Pritchard. Fuck him. Negative. And then there's Darrow. Darrow is interesting right up to his switch flip on Pangaea. Yeah. Fuck, I don't even remember Darrow all that much. But yeah. Then over in the DLC, we got Katner, who is boring as fuck and honestly just feels underbaked as a character. Then there's Barrett's death. That leaves a bad taste in my mouth calling him that. That's the guy who serves as the first boss. It's cliched and predictable in all of the worst ways, and it seems half-assed both in regards to giving info and just being stupid. Because of the whole Because again, it's like, you think he's gonna give us info? No, he just tells us to go to hell, and it's like, oh, speaking of a moment that can go to hell, so the bitch that spills all the conspiracy, or no, sorry, I'm wrong. It's the AI that spills conspiracy shit, but the chick we go after what's her fucking name? The one that also kind of serves as the final boss fight. Hate in a weird way. Hey, yeah, she pulls the cliched line of I'm a victim, and it's a lie. You know the type. The ones that claim they're a victim when they know damn well they're the fucking perpetrator. God. Ugh, I hate that crap. Then there's the DLC Missing Link. It is way too long and doesn't give me enough meat to chew on to be anything other than filler. Like, seriously, it's meant to explain why he was out of touch for multiple days, but it's like nothing of note really happens in those few days, and it's just like, okay, why do I give a fuck about this? Also, fuck the gameplay fuck-ups, but we'll get to that in the gameplay section. And then there's the ending choices. Oh, the choice of endings. It's bad, if you ask me. Here are our choices. Option A. Agree with an egotistical asshat named Darrow that augmentations suck and risk war. Option, and I gave these options their own negatives too. Wow, I really hated these choices. Option B, side with a corporation, in this case Seraph Industries, which means corporations can continue to profit off of human misery. Option C, side with a politician whose aid he'd worked with terrorists. Or option D, kill them all, including ourselves, and let humanity sort it out themselves. Fuck these choices. The only reason I went with option B, siding with Seraph, is because he actually tried to be as reasonable as he could with it. Yeah, there was a bit of, oh, he's kind of the bad guy, but in he's trying to be our bro. You know, he's just kind of not very good at it. And I kind of liked that, you know? I kind of preferred that, if anything. And then I gave a triple negative to the ending itself, and a triple negative to the outro itself, because it's boring stock footage that isn't even as well used as Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PS1. See, because what they do is they have stock footage of random shit, basically, which is meant to be kind of invoke what they're talking about. This was used to better effect back on the PS1 with Metal Gear Solid 1, where they also used stock footage, mostly to stuff like the Gulf War, the Hiroshima bomb. I think that's footage of. Is that footage of Police? That anime footage when Otacon is talking about Japan being the first country to successfully develop bipedal robots. That kind of generic footage is actually well utilized. It's on top because in MGS1 it's on topic. It fits. It's with what the dialogue is telling you, and it also is used to emphasize a point. So, for example, when Liquid is talking about the gene therapy thing, they use images of the Gulf War. When Otacon is talking about wanting to develop robots like in the Japanese some anime is playing while he's talking about that. And when he's talking about his grandfather being involved in the Manhattan Project and his dad being born on the day of the Hiroshima bomb, what visuals are we seeing? A nuke. Here, it's just random talk of humanity, and it's boring, and it just doesn't work. 24 story negatives. Now, let's get into the positives. I may need to take one timestamp for this. Just the one, because I want to show something off with this. And it's right there at +9. So, 2 positives to the options. I do expect a bit more from my options on PC, but these are actually still good options. I kind of like them. 2 positives. I was actually told once that I'm way too stingy with my positives for options, and yeah, I think me and Lore both are pretty stingy. That's why I kind of have relaxed on that a bit, because, again, not everybody's going to give a fuck about having fuck tons of options. Like, I will never do this, but if I were to ever review The Last of Us Part 2, I would actually be giving a fucking... I would go ahead and acquiesce. These are a lot of really good options, but I would also be giving a double negative to just the overwhelming fucking sheer quantity of options. Because no casual player is gonna know what all of those fucking things do, especially in conjunction with each other. It's actually one of the reasons I praised Resident Evil 4 Remake for showing you that, you know? I gave a positive to the tutorials. I gave a positive to the ability to save anywhere, which I will always do. At least, I hope I haven't missed any on that. I might have, actually. I guess we'll find out in a couple of rating videos when it comes to Monster Hunter Stories 3. I am really looking forward to talking about Monster Hunter Stories 3. Yes, fucking seriously. That is a game. That game is so weirdly good. I hated the first 2, and yet the third one is like... Sorry, off topic. Focus, Alex, focus. Autosaves are good. Mid-mission checkpoints are also good. The HUD is very informative. The map is decent for what it is. Some people hate on the map. I think the map's okay. Not as useful as it could be, but I think it's decent enough that it helps. Its accessibility could be a bit better, but it's still decent for what it is. Now I need to get a timestamp, because this is where I mention it, because there is one thing I want to show off of here. Here at the 23-minute mark. I hope I'll remember what I'm talking about with that, because yes, I need to talk about it here. Oh, it's a little bit down, but I'll still have it shown up here. I'll just quickly run through the other couple of things. I might even show off the bit of the melee as well. Oh, but we'll see. We'll see what I feel like, honestly. There are several methods to use to go through the game. Hell, the first real mission gives you the option of lethal or non and shorter long range. That one I might actually show, actually, so yeah. And so yeah. So I'm actually gonna get a couple of timestamps. And let's show off the melee a little bit, because I did do the melee quite a bit. Okay, so now I want to set up for the timestamp. Yep. I'll know what I'm talking about when I say terrain this time. So yeah, the melee is awesome, and then there's the terrain. There are ways to manipulate objects to create paths. There was an alley I needed to access, and I managed to move some dumpsters to give me the height needed to jump over. I loved that. So good. Then there was also the being able to cheese missing links bullshit that would be an issue if they didn't which wouldn't be an issue if they didn't take away my fucking praxis points. It was fun despite my rage. The kit was 2 negatives. Or 2 negatives, well, 2 positives. Goddamn. Save the rage, Alex. Save the rage. The kit was 2 positives. The weapon variety was honestly good and worthy of consideration. I like the augmentations, as I feel they serve as a good way to build up your character and are easily worth 2 positives. If Missing Link didn't suck ass, as with its bullshit, it probably would have been a triple. There's some good guidance with the signs in the environment of the major cities you visit. I chopped the intro at the end of the first mission, and doing so makes it good as you get used to the flow of gameplay in all the right ways. Then there's Fedorova, who was the first enjoyable boss fight for me. I hated the boss fights in this game, I'll be honest about it, but Fedorova was actually interesting. And the arena you fight her in is chock full of ammo. I'm pretty sure that's the chick you fight in the AI core, or if I'm not mistaken. Then I gave a positive to both the dialogue battles with Taggart and with Taggart, Sandoval, and Darrow. Oh right, Darrow's that old fuck. Okay, just remembered. Yes, you can tell that this game left a strong impression on me if I'm forgetting all of these fucking characters. That's the sign that you know I didn't enjoy it, because I'm forgetting shit. New Game Plus gives me my augments, but not my weapons. Meh, decent enough, I suppose. And I will admit that it is so damn satisfying to take goons down, especially when you upgrade. 24 positives to gameplay. But, as you might imagine, we have to execute Order 66 and talk about the 66 negatives. Let's get into it. Hacking. Ugh. Fucking hacking. Hacking is way too finicky, and it feels like it doesn't work half the time. It's not intuitive in the slightest, if you ask me. That ended up being a triple. The encounter design got a negative out of me in both the main game and the DLC. In fact, the encounter design got multiple negatives, but we'll get into that. Enemies seem to be all over the place, whether or not all over the place seem to be all over the place on whether or not they detect you. That's what it is. It was them being able to how easily they can spot you at times that pissed me off. Ugh. Then in the DLC, that makes it even fucking worse. Worse. It was a double negative in the DLC specifically. I gave a triple negative to the fetish of mines, because mines are everywhere in this fucking game. In places. It is so stupid. Which is not helped by the constant ambushes with zero opportunity to get more ammo. The lack of ammo was a triple negative, which was just, wow. Fuck the lack of ammo in this game. It's also not helped by how often the game shotguns loot at you, too. And it's random loot. They don't really shove ammo at you. They shove loot at you. So like random shit, right? Which is just. Oh, and on top of that, they also don't give you enough space to carry everything. Even when you fully upgrade, there is no room in your fucking inventory. Or like you'll have like one of the mega guns, and a couple of other guns, and little bit of ammo, and that's it. Your pack is full. I hated that so fucking much. Ugh. And then there's the fact that upgrades are all over the place in terms of usability and are often needed for certain sections. The reduced chance of trace string hacking comes to mind immediately when I say that. Because seriously, if you leave that unupgraded, you you get detected immediately when it comes to hacking, and then you have like no time to finish the hack. It's like, fuck off. And then there's the difficulty curve, which stays irritatingly high on the easiest difficulty, and then spikes for Missing Link before returning to regular hell. Yeah, I didn't like the difficulty in this game, the difficulty curve in this game at all. Oh god, audio spam too. Then there's a triple negative for the economy. You really don't get enough money on a constant enough basis for shopping to be enjoyable, and that's honestly kind of crap. If you're going to give me a shop, you need to make sure I can get money on a consistent enough basis to make shopping interesting and fun. Multiple JRPGs do this flawlessly. Why the fuck is a Western RPG? Why do so many Western RPGs get this so fucking wrong? I'm pretty sure I can count on one fucking hand how many Western RPGs, well, that I've played, first of all, and second of all, that have actually gotten this right. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's like 3, and they're all BioWare games. Go figure. Old BioWare, obviously. As in the pre-Mass Effect 3 days. Oh god, and then there's the audio spam. Let's just knock these out as quickly as I can. The enemy mooks won't shut the fuck up, Barrett won't shut the fuck up, Eliza won't shut the fuck up, the prisoners during Missing Link won't shut the fuck up, the damn confirmation that we have access. That's all just annoying. I gave a seconds and minutes negative to the DLC because it's the audio spam is not helped by the fact that with how Missing Link wastes 20 seconds of our time multiple times. It's all over the place in that fucking DLC. And then backtracking is bad. It's not as bad as it could be, but the DLC just cemented the negative for me. In the rest of the game, it's fine. I honestly wouldn't have given it the time of day, but then Missing Link happened, and it was like, oh, I hate saying his name. Insult to Final Fantasy VII is a terrible first boss, as he is a damage sponge even on easy, and is cheap to boot. He is so bad, I had to be cheap and get him to kill himself with grenades. Which also means his enemy AI is fucking Terrapad too. Probably a good thing in this case, because I don't think that boss fight would be possible if his AI wasn't hot fucking garbage. Then there's the itemization in the DLC. Namely because my equipment is useless when I get it back in Missing Link. Also, I gave a triple negative to the fact that my practice points had been reset. Like, what the actual fuck? This part in particular for me was worth a full 3 negatives, as it just makes several things in the DLC worse. The gas choice coming to mind immediately, because I fucking hated that. Also, screw the whole escape from the cell with the guard placements, lack of good itemization, as bitched about above, and walkthroughitis. Because of the fact that it feels like it is demanding you look up the key codes. I ended up doing that because I just couldn't be fucking bothered. I just could not be fucking bothered. I really couldn't. So then there's the final boss. Which is just boring. Alright, you hack some terminals, then you shoot Zhao. That's her name. Whoops, that's her name. Zhao. Then you shoot Zhao a few times, and you're done. Lame. Triple negative. And then the outro was a double negative. Wait. 46? Oh, my math was off. No, it's right. It's right. So yeah, 46 negatives. Ugh. No, the game didn't reach rant view status just on the gameplay alone, which honestly would not shock me. And that's it. Sorry for the lack of clips in this one, but I just don't want to waste any more fucking time on this fucking game. This game sucks. I'm sorry. It was never good. I thought this is even back on the 360, and everybody called me fucking stupid. Stupid. Like, I'm sorry, but no, it sucked back then. And 20 years later, it still fucking sucks. It just sucks worse now because we've had so many better stealth games, we've had so many better action games, and honestly, we've had so many better shooters too. Ugh. But that's it from me. I'm gonna bow out of this rating video, and then we are going to continue on to the next rating video, which will be coming relatively quickly with Super Mario World. Until next time, this is Blue Wolf Alex of the Lore Walkers signing out. Have a good one. We'll see you in the next one.